guys, so recently I was making a fictional foreign accent for English, and I realized that there weren't really any tutorials on how to do that, so I thought I'd show you guys my thought process for that. So here I have the phonemic chart of my conlang plugin, and this is the language I'll be using as an example to make an accent of. So if we scroll down here, I have the phonemic chart of English. Now, this is subjective to roughly my own dialect plus a few common sounds, but I think it works out fine. And what we're first going to do is look at the two charts and make notes of what phonemes are shared between the languages and which aren't. We're mainly going to have to focus on English because it's the base language that the accent is built off of, but we will employ some phonemes of plugin if we have to, if there's some like loose ends in English. So I've color-coded all of the phonemes on whether they're shared or not. So for this, green means that they are shared, red means they aren't, and yellow is complicated. It's like, in plugin, plosives are not, it doesn't matter if they're voiced or not, but in the default they are unvoiced. So it could be difficult to some plugin speakers if they don't voice their plosives at all, for them to make the voiced sounds of English. And for these ones, down here, the front mid vowel e and the back mid vowel o are in plugin, and I know in English a lot of times these are, in some dialects, they are reduced to those vowels. So I've made those yellow too because there's not really, yeah. And then, okay, so the sound change rules that I have, we're going to start with the consonants. So these voiced plosives, like I've talked about earlier, they are unvoiced except for the affricates. They're usually unvoiced just, for this example, it usually varies on the speaker. Yeah, and then, okay, dental fricatives become alveolar, so th becomes sa, and the becomes z. So, like, basically, if you're trying to, like, mimic a French or German accent, stereotypically, you'd be like, oh, yeah, the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog, or something, and, like, yeah, so it's basically that. And then, R is interesting in my opinion, because it can be different things. So, BR, the sequence bruh, bruh, the sequence bruh in English would turn into the voiced bilabial trill in plugin. So instead of saying like bro, you would say bro, bro, yeah. And then intervocalic, so between vowels, the R would turn it from an ra to a ra, like a voiced alveolar tap/flap. And since it's a tap or flap, when RZ, which I don't think that's realized in any English dialect, oh maybe, or are they will both turn into the alveolar affricate z, because it's a, I don't know, yeah, this is basically a stop, a plosive when it is paired with a fricative after it, and there's and since these are both fricatives, it becomes yeah. And then otherwise it's just ch, because yeah. And then okay, the vowels. So I and get merged with the tense, so those become e and u always. Um, and then, like I was talking about earlier, a and o become e and o, um, which yeah, that's just like in a lot of dialects that happens. Oi is approximated with the sounds that they have, so oi becomes oi. I think that's how it's pronounced. Um, and then e and o become they get raised to a and o. So all this like the basically the tense and lax get merged. This just the rhotic schwa just turns into the sequence ra, so ara. And then, yeah, what else? A is approximated with either a or ah, depending on the speaker. And I and ow are merged together to be like ah, and monophthongized back to ah. So that's the main things. I might have forgotten like one thing. My bad if I did. So so I've written an example sentence. It's just a quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. Um, so you have that written in like standard English, and then in this new accent that I've made. So um, this would be the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. And that's it. Thanks for watching. I just was kind of rambling. Um, but yeah, let me know if I should do more linguistic videos because that's something I'd say I'm really interested in, and yeah, I will see you guys later.